Hey, what's up everybody, this is Kariker, comes with another video review. And today I'll be reviewing the WWE Legends Series 8 Jake the Snake Roberts. Finally, for some reason this was the one figure I could not find from Legends Series 8. But I just went to Target recently and I wasn't expecting to find anything. And lo and behold, this was just sitting there on the shelf, so I picked him up immediately. Anyways, and he, for the most part, he does not disappoint. There's a couple issues, I'll get into that later on. Anyways, before we take a look at the figure, take a look at the packaging first. Here's WWE Legends, Jake the Snake Roberts. I don't know why they put this, this sticker here. I don't know why they did that. I don't know, maybe somebody returned it, or if it was the case. I don't know, whatever it was. Picture of Jake there. Elite Collection. Same thing on the side. And on the back, we have a full picture of Jake the Snake Roberts and a bio. You can pause right there if you want to read. And the other figures instead, we got the Ultimate Warrior, Eddie Guerrero, of course Jake the Snake, and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I've already done reviews of every figure in this set. I've done reviews of Ultimate Warrior, Eddie Guerrero, and Paul Orndorff, so if you have not seen those, check those out. I'll hook you guys up with some links down below for those videos. Anyways, that's about it for the packaging. So let's open up Jake the Snake and see what we got. We'll be right back. Alright, so here we have the Jake the Snake Roberts. Open up, have his packaging. And what an epic figure. I still think his other Elite figures are much better than this, but this one is still a fantastic figure. I absolutely love it. Anyways, let's take a look. First up, his accessories. Comes with 2 pairs of hands, the standard gripping hands, of course, and the pointing finger hands, which is obviously his signal for his finisher, the DDT. So whenever he would signal for the DDT, he would put his finger up. And of course, where would Jake the Snake Roberts be without his 2 most essential accessories? The bag that he carries over his shoulder, which is pretty soft, and you can close it if you wanted to. You just pull the string. And obviously that's used for his other accessory, his trusty companion, Damien. Which, where would Jake the Snake Roberts be without Damien? I mean, how can you have a Jake the Snake figure that doesn't come with Damien? And the detail is pretty nice. I kind of wish they had a tad more detail on the skin, but it does have great detail. Let's go with the detail, it's really good. Face on the snake is pretty good. I'm glad they got the color right on this one, because this is usually the color that Damien was back then. Now on to Jake himself. Alright, we got a new head scan, and this one is pretty good. Yeah, finally, after all these years, we got ourselves a new head scan for Jake the Snake Roberts from this time period. Because for many years, we had the same face over and over again, so finally we got a new one. Focus for me. There you go, and it's a good head sculpt. I think it has a pretty good likeness to Jake the Snake, but I agree it's a tad bit too big, especially for the other issue, his torso. His torso is way too skinny. I mean, sure, Jake the Snake Roberts was a smaller guy, but he was not this skinny. Like, I think they should have given him the torso that they gave his other Elite figures, where it was basically this, but it was like a tad bit bigger. It had a little bit more, I don't want to say fat, but you know what I mean. It had a little bit more bulk on it. But it was still thin. But it wasn't this torso. So I kind of wish they would have given him that torso. Anyways, white wrist tape. And his pants are pretty cool. Now, this is the regular version. There is a chase version where his pants are green, and the snake on his pants is purple, which is kind of like a more trademark, but more like his trademark pants, because we've seen that in all of his promo videos and pictures. So most of the pictures that you'll see of him, he is wearing green pants. So I think that's why that was the chase. But this one's still pretty cool too. I like the blue snake that wraps around it. And of course, another thing that Jake was known for, his snake skin print boots. These look sick. Hey, look at that pattern. That is really neat. I mean, sorry, Randy Orton. You might be the Viper, Randy Orton, but the one snake you should really worry about is this man right here, Jake the Snake, and his trusty companion, Damien. Now, for a comparison, here he is with the only other Jake the Snake Roberts figure I have, the basic 2-pack Jake the Snake from the 2-pack with Dean Ambrose. Now, this was the head sculpt, you know, the one here on the basic. This was the head sculpt we've had for pretty much every Jake the Snake figure from this time period, late 80s, early 90s. So it's good that we finally have a new head sculpt. Which one do you like better? Let me know. Personally, I think in terms of likeness of it actually looking like Jake, I like the new one better, but expression, I like the basic better. Anyways, here's the attire. Not bad. And also, one more thing about the accessory is that you can stuff Damien inside the bag if you want to. It might be a little bit of tight squeeze, but you can fit him in there, so you can pose him where he has the bag over his shoulder with Damien inside if you wanted to. Which I might do that later on. Anyways, articulation is pretty much what you'd expect for an elite style figure. Head can rotate 360, but his hair kind of gets in the way a little bit. And obviously, because his head is huge, it'll get in the way a little bit. You can kind of look down, can't look up because of his hair. Arms fully rotate 360. Sorry, my joints are really tight on this one. They can go in and out. Rotate at the bicep. That's weird, it's really loose. Bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist, and hinge at the wrist. Ab crunch was about that far forward and that far back. Swivel waist. Legs forward about that far. And back to original position. They can go in and out. Rotate at the thigh. Double jointed knee. Swivel with the boot. Hinge at the ankle, but it's really, really tight. And slight ankle pivot. It's not bad. It's a shame that his bicep is really loose. I might have to tighten that up. It's a great figure. And also a couple more comparisons here. Let's bring it up with probably his greatest rival from back in the day. Ravishing Rick Rude, because they had quite the feud back in the day. They definitely look like they can get into a fight with each other. And one last comparison. Here he is with the other figures in Legends Series 8. You got the Ultimate Warrior. Eddie Guerrero. And the very underrated figure from the set, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Very solid set. I personally love all four figures from the set. Personally, I think Jake Roberts is probably the weakest out of the four. Obviously because of his problems with the head being a little bit too big and the torso being too small. But all four of them are great figures. So I definitely recommend this entire set. Especially if you're missing some of these guys. Like if you're missing a Paul Orndorff Elite, or an Eddie Guerrero Elite, or myself, AJ the Snake Roberts Elite. And if you want an Ultimate Warrior figure from his last night on Raw before he passed away. So these are all great figures. So if you can still find them in the store, because I know there are some stores that still have this series. Like some stores have moved on to Series 9, but if you can still find this set in stores, definitely pick it up. So final thoughts, overall this is a very solid Jake the Snake figure. So I think his other Elite figures are actually much better than this, especially because of the torso. But this is still a very solid figure of Jake the Snake. So I would say if you missed out on any of his other Elite figures, just like I did, this is a pretty solid figure you need to go for. So if you don't mind the small torso and the head being a little bit too big, I would say go for it. Whether it's the regular or the chase version. Hopefully I can get the chase version at some point. Anyways, aside from the head being a tad bit too big and of course the torso being a little bit too small, it's still a pretty solid figure. So I'd say if you missed out on his other Elite figures, pick it up if you can. I'll give it a 7.5. Like I said, it's not bad. It's pretty solid. Anyways, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check out my other video from today, the Elite Series 81 The Rock. Check that out. And also stay tuned for next week's review. Well, reviews, because I have 2 videos coming out next week. Yeah, stay tuned for my reviews of the Elite Series 79 Bobby Fish and the Elite Series 81 Bianca Belair. So stay tuned for both of those reviews next week. So stay tuned for that. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Or if you don't miss, next week's videos. I upload new reviews every single Saturday right here on this channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss it. Anyways, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.